What's good, to be your boy, the Granny here, aka Grand Alpha. Now, if you're first onto my channel and don't know who I am, my name is Joshua. Today, I ate that here today. We welcome you to the Grind Nation gang. Now, today we have a brand new series that's gonna come to my channel this week. I'm planning on calling it Battle Rap Wednesday. So every Wednesday, you guys will see a battle rap from Epic Rap Battle, ERB, and also from the Princess Rap Battle. And speaking of Princess Rap Battle, this is the first rap battle of this week, and this is Cinderella versus Belle, and the by Sarah Michelle Gellar and Whitney Avalon. So this is up on Whitney Avalon channel. So Whitney Avalon plays, I'm assuming she plays Belle, and Sarah plays Cinderella. As you guys can see from the title of the screen, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of this battle by each round, so stay tuned towards the end. But without further ado, let's get right to this reaction. The full version of this video is in the description box below. You gotta check that out. Peace out.
In a faraway land, there was a princess. Rap battle. Cinderella versus Belle. Let the rap battle begin.
Another princess in my shadow come to covet my crown. You clowns wanna throw down with the best in the gown. I'm the legendary story of rags to riches. Rhyme sharper than a needle and I'm giving out stitches. Like a wilting rose, you can't step to my flows. These girls are tripping, did they cut off their toes? I deserve all the praise for the foot fetish craze. I got itty bitty kicks, but legs for days. Let's look at your mentality. Freud loves your abnormality. The Stockholm Syndrome story, beauty and the bestiality. Of course you're bitter, I'm the #1 star. Pumpkin carriage, perfect marriage, no one cares who you are.
What's my name?
Belle.
What's it mean?
Beauty.
I'm the perfect combination of brains and booty. While I'm gaining knowledge, you're losing your pumps. Like Mrs. Potts, I'm serving shots and dishing out lumps. Cindy's dreaming she's important. Well, somebody should wake her. This gold-digging trophy wife's the royal baby maker. Fear the nerdy, wordy princess, cause I'm throwing more shade than the willow tree growing on your dead mother's grave. Your tale is old as time, sets us back 50 years. Do your chores, clean the floors till a man just appears. You're shallow and obsessed with looks and how you're dressed. You wanna live like Gaston? Please be our guest.
Oh, I'm the one who's shallow cause your prince was really hairy. The beast was in the friend zone till he gave you his library. Your boys have no merit, you're jealous, declare it. Like I've always said, if the shoe fits, wear it. I'm the American dream, with a fairy tale wedding. You got teapots for friends, and I think your man's shedding. Some things are meant to be, like love at first sight. Bibbidi bobbidi booyah, he was mine before midnight.
A relationship rookie wants to rap about romance. You can't fall in love after just one dance. My prince saved my life, and don't be misled. I want a man in the street, but a beast in the bed. Your film stars mice and cats with an old fat fairy. Your silly stories shoehorn into freaking Tom and Jerry. You say you want a party, next you run off down the halls. It's like you always choke once you make it to the ball.
You think that's funny? Here's a history lesson, honey. My movie saved the studio when Walt was out of money. You followed in my footsteps. Without me, there's no you. Disney built an empire on these tiny glass shoes.
If you're so adored, where's your Academy Award? I'm the smart female heroine that can't be ignored. The moral of our quarrel and why I've got you beat, it's what's inside that matters, not the size of your feet.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for letting Cinderella win.
Okay, wow. Okay. Well, okay. So I appreciate it. The bars was set high for this. Like I said before, this is Battle Rap Wednesday, so every Wednesday look into a battle rap thing. But enough further ado, let's get right down to these bars. You guys feel me? So we're gonna start off round by round. We're gonna start off with Cinderella first. So she said, another princess in my shadow come to covet my crown. You clowns want to throw down the beats in the gown. So the rhyming between crown and gown. The rhyming. I'm the literary story of back to riches, rhymes sharper than a needle, and I'm giving out stitches. Shout out to Rod Wave for Rag to Riches, Rag to Riches, Rag to Riches, Rag to Riches, to Riches. Yeah. Okay, but shout out to right away for that Rector Vicious. That was a cool bar. Like a wooden road, you can step to my flow. These girls are stripping, they cut out their toes. That was kind of cool. I deserve all the praise from the food fetish craze. I'm getting itty bitty cake for the legs for days. Let's look for the. So you can tell like the 4 to 8 bars that she has right here. You can tell that she's setting her up. It's like a slow roast, if you will. So the 4 or 8 bars, it wasn't cater to Belle, but these last 4 are. So she said, looks at your mentality, fraud, loves your amor. Okay, I can't speak to it. Abnormality. Look at your the Stockholm Syndrome story of beauty and the bestiality. Of course, you're better if I'm another one star, pumpkin carrot, perfect marriage, no one cares who you are. So you could tell like the last 4 bars, which she said the Stockholm Syndrome story, beauty and the bestiality. So the Stockholm Syndrome story is also a shots fired to Rapunzel as well, because you know the guy in Rapunzel, the story of Rapunzel, she was in the tower for a very long time until a random guy came and saved the day and they fell in love and whatnot. So shots fired at them. Also, rewind it back, I like how Belle, she has like Pocahontas and Snow White as like her backup, and Cinderella, she has like her 2 ugly stepsisters as her background as well. So you can say that in the first round, Cinderella, very beautiful. She came out kind of slow, but like she came towards the end, she really catered to Belle as well. But very beautiful round of the first round. So let's get right into Belle. What's my name? Belle. What's it means? Beauty. A perfect combination of brains and booty. When I'm gaining knowledge, you're losing your lumps. You're losing your pumps. Like Miss Pot, I'm serving shots and ditching out lumps. So it's kind of like this quick gasp, Miss Pot turning out lumps. Then she goes right into it by saying Cindy's dreaming she's a point where somebody should wake her. This gold digging trophy wife's the royal baby maker. So it's like baby maker right into it, saying that she is like everybody's golden trophy wife. Like when people think of a trophy wife, they think of B. They highly don't say it of you. So shots fired at her coming her way as well. Then she said, "You the nitty, worthy princess, cause I'm throwing out more shade than the willow tree growing on your dead mother's grave," because her mother died. And there, so that was a shots fired at her as well. You tell as old as times, set it back as 50 years. You tell as old as times, reference to her song in the movie Tell Us All the Time. That's like one of her hit songs in that movie. So I like how she catered that, the reference from the song in her movie as a bar. So that was cool as well. Back in 50 years, through your shores, cleaning forward till the magic appears, because Cinderella was doing shores. Like she wasn't looked at the favored sister in the group, because she was like the youngest of her sisters. So she did like everything around the house. So she's saying like you're like a housewife. Like you're basically a housewife. I'm a trophy wife. There's nothing. Like she said before, like I'm a trophy wife. You're a housewife, basically, when she's saying that. So until the man disappears. So the same thing from Cinderella, also sending shot Cinderella her way as well, because a man disappeared out of nowhere, and they both fell in love as well. You're shallow and obsessed with looks and how you dress. You want to live like Gaston, please be our guest. So another reference to her song as well, Please Be Our Guest. That's another hit song that came out from that movie as well. You want to live like Gaston, because Gaston is also the guy that wanted to fall in love with Belle before she lived with Belle. Was in love with Belle, I should say. Excuse me. Was in love with Belle before the guy, the beast, as you could say, that came into it. So it was a very close round, very close I'm gonna have to give Belle this first round as well. I mean, she did Cinderella. I will give her kudos for beauty and bestiality, which is like a double entendre. It's like beauty and bestiality because you know, if you guys haven't seen like in movies and whatnot, like if a human girl falls in love with a beast, that's considered like bestiality in today's world. So yeah. So slight edge of the first round. I'm gonna give it to Belle. I will give kudos to Cinderella. She did came out talking her stuff, like really like faulting in the beginning, but she really took some shots in there like towards the end. So I'm gonna have to give Belle. If you guys gave Cinderella the first round, I won't be opposed to that. But let's get right into this second round. So Cinderella started off again. Oh, I'm the one who's shallow because you're the prince was really hairy. The beast was in the friend zone until he gave you his library. Out the gate, she came out swinging out the gate at first as well. So like beast in the friend zone because during the beginning of the movie, you could tell like there was not no love connection. It was just like hey bestie, hey, how you doing? So until we get library, then you guys wanna mix and mingle. Your points have no merit. You're jealous, declare it. Like I always said, it's a shoe face wear it. The American dream with a fairy tale wedding. You got teapots for friends, and I think your mat is shedding. So I like that so far. That was very like coming out her jugular. Like I'm an American dream. Everybody wants to be like me. Your only friends are teapots and for friends. Basically, the teapots, the clocks, the candles was basically the people that she talked to and people that she with. Because again, before in the first round, she said that she had Stockholm syndrome, so she never wanted to go outside. So she had to imaginary have friends that are non-material, non-human characteristics. About like you have friends that are materialistic things that you guys see in the house. Which I have real friends. Like I don't need friends because I'm the American dream. So that was cool. That was very cool. Something that meant to be like your love at first sight. Bibbidi bobbidi booyah. He was mine before midnight. So like the whole story we seen Cinderella like before midnight. The clock struck 12. So it's a very heinous way. But I'm gonna say her second round is way better than her first round. Even though the 4 bars she said at the last was effective, but I don't think it was effective enough to get her out of here. So that was a very good. Like she redeemed herself, I could say, during the second round. So let's get into the second round of Belle. She says a relationship rookie wants to rap about romance. You can't fall in love after just one dance. So she came out swinging again at the first round. Yeah, you can't fall in love with just one dance. Also, another shots fired. What did crazy out the bando? This first bar herself. You can't fall in love with just one dance. Like you can't fall in love with a guy that you just met. Also, 10 shots fire for future princess for like Elsa and Anna, like Frozen, like how Anna fell in love with a guy and Elsa was like you can't just fall in love with a guy, like you just like came out of nowhere. You can't do that. So again she goes into by saying my prince saved my life and don't be misled. I want a man in the street with a beast in bed. So that don't need to be explanatory. That's already explanatory to itself. Your film stars mice and cats with an old fat fairy. Your silly story shoehorn is to freaking Tom and Jerry. You say you want to party next to you, run up and down the halls. It's like you always joking once you get down to that whole scheme from the last 4 bars was, I'm telling you, that was scheme. Bella clearly take this second round as well. That last 4 was crazy. The mice and the cats, you got the you're friends with mice and cats. The old fat fairy she versus the fairy godmother. You see the story shown speaking Tom and Jerry with the party next to you run up down the halls. Because Tom and Jerry, the old Tom and Jerry show running down the halls. You know, Tom and Jerry is like the old cartoon show running down the halls. And every time Tom and Jerry go at it in the house, they're always running down the hall. So it seems like the midnight, she's always running down the hall because when the clock strike 12, like she goes right back to her normal life as being that housewife. Cleaning around whatnot and whatnot. That was crazy. It was like, you know, sure when you go down the balls, because when she go down the balls, I can see like she fell and like she lost like a glass slipper. So that whole scheme right there was crazy. So I'm gonna have to give Belle clearly that second round. Cinderella was fighting in the second round, but clearly Belle got that second round. Now we get into the third round, the closing of this. Hopefully Cinderella can end up strong. You think that's funny? Here's a lesson, honey. My movie saved the studio and Walt was out of money. So you guys have to fact check that for me if that's true. Like if Walt Disney, under Disney, whole Disney company was going out of money from the whole Mickey Mouse thing, and Cinderella is what brought them back to the providence that they deserve. As of saving money, you fall into my footsteps. Without me, there's no you, because you know Cinderella was like the first ever Disney princess. So it's like you guys falling me behind because I paved the way for all you guys as well. Disney built an empire on the tiny glass shoes. Very short round. Doesn't need much explaining in there, so very short rounds from Cinderella, but it was impactful. Like the history lesson, I was the first one. You followed in my footsteps. The glass slipper, Disney built an empire on me and me alone. And let's get into this third round from Belle. She said, if you saw a door with your Academy Award at, ruthless from her, because I believe Belle's like the only one that got an Academy Award for her performance and whatnot have you for Disney shows. I'm the start female heroine that can't be ignored and run off my quarrel is why I got you beat is what's inside that matter, not the size of your feet. So this is not about what you have on, but mostly your heart. Where's your heart at? So overall, I'm gonna say this battle is easily 2-1 leading into Belle round. The first one that might be argued is the first round. That's the first round. Highly will be argued, go back and forth. The second round, Belle, but the second two rounds, clearly Belle has taken the second two rounds. Also the rebuttal she had as well at the gate, that was like the Academy Award was crazy as well. But I'm not gonna say bar or scheme of the night had to go to Belle. Last 4 bars that she came out with the Tom and Jerry, your old fat lady got you running down the halls and whatnot, that was crazy. So if you guys gave to if you have to give Cinderella a round, it would have to be debatable first round. Either way, preference. I won't be mad if you guys give Cinderella the first round, but the second round clearly by default, like KO'd by Belle. And you guys can also argue the third one as well, but I'm gonna have to give Belle again 2-1 of this. So hope you guys enjoy my very long breakdown of this. So yeah, you gotta let me know your thoughts down. And like I said before, each week I will be doing a battle rap from Epic Rap ERB or from Whitney. So huge shout out to these two ladies that did that thing. But again, Belle won that clearly. So if this is your first time here, that's gonna be your last. Let me just got to the channel because there it goes to you. If you subscribe, be part of Grind Nation. Time I'm going to sort it out there together. We can reach our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. Send the prayer then yeah, get the video big thumbs up. And don't forget your bell, bring it to every time I put on this video. You guys know about it first. Follow my social medias. Link in the description box below. My Patreon, my Discord, all that good stuff. Link in the description box below. Full original link to the video in the description box below. You guys check it out for yourself. And as always, keep grinding, keep pushing, you can move forward. The grind can't stop, won't stop, and never stop. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.